sailed from side to side, flopping uselessly like a fish in its death throes. Most people would give up hope in these circumstances. They would close their eyes and pray to God or Vishnu or whoever to spare them any more pain. They would beg for death to come quickly. But Rune wasn't like most people. Her name meant happy in Thai, but there had always been a darkness about her. At least that's what her dapper Asian father and way-haired American mother used to say. "We've given you the world. How much more is it going to take?" Smile, sweetheart. Those lines will become permanent. Maybe it was Rune's nature, or maybe it was something else. All she knew was that life's horrors found her early, in places where she was supposed to be safe. She had quashed her guilt and anger, pieced herself back together, left that weak girl behind. Or so she thought. The weight of the memories prompted her to wrench her feet so hard it sent electric shocks all the way up her legs. Her face contorted in a soundless scream. The pain was terrible, excruciating even. But it had an unexpected effect. It cut through her terror and fueled her determination. She gave another wrench. "Yes!" she howled silently as her legs pulsed and ached. Pain was good. Pain was useful. She wanted to feel every bit of it. The wrist cuffs were too tight to slip out of, but that didn't stop Rune from trying. She struggled for several long minutes, twisting her hands until the plastic was slippery with her blood. When that failed, she tugged with all her might to rip them from the frame of the chair. Her efforts left her panting from exertion, but no closer to freedom. Undeterred, she tried again, chomping on her lip to keep from crying out as her joints strained in their sockets. This time, the bindings gave ever so slightly. It was all the encouragement she needed. She redoubled her efforts, madly pulling her arms until every bit of energy was drained from her. She paused to catch her breath. "You can do this. You can do this," she repeated silently, trying to summon the strength to continue. Failing was not an option, not after what she had been through. Creak, creak. Rune's eyes flicked sideways, wide and panicked. The sound was louder and more regular than before. She knew what it meant. Her captor was out there, pacing just outside the door, preparing for the next round of beatings, preparing to kill her. She angled her head to listen for the slightest change in his rhythm. The wait stretched on so long it was almost a relief when the creaking finally stopped. She let out a thin breath, but her relief was short-lived. Fear soon took its place. It started slowly, a twinge in the pit of her stomach, a metallic taste at the back of her throat. Then came the avalanche of terror at the thought of what was coming next. A high-pitched ringing filled her ears. Her muscles twitched uncontrollably. She released her bladder, soaking herself and her new dress. She whimpered, and she felt what little control she had slip from her grasp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She counted down methodically, obsessively. Bodily autonomy was no longer hers, but she still had her mind. That he could never take away from her. Long seconds passed. The seconds turned to minutes, but still the door remained closed. Maybe this was his ploy all along, to terrify her to death. The fear was a manacle around her chest, constricting her breathing until she was gasping for air. "Open the door, you bastard!" she shouted, when she couldn't stand the silence a moment longer. She had meant the words to come out defiantly, but her voice shook with angry terror. She tried again, more forcefully this time. "Did you hear me? I said, open the goddamn door!" An eerie stillness greeted her words, but she knew he was out there. She had never been more certain of anything in her life. With no other course of action,